Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to our Prophet Yahweh Shem Yoshai, Washem Kakadash, Kal Halalim Yahweh Shem Yoshai, Washem Kakadash. That's in ancient Hebrew, saying all praise to Yahweh in the name of Yoshai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the God of the Bible, for the world. Ignorant call Jehovah, God, Yahweh. His son's true name in Hebrew is Yahushai, for the world. Ignorant call Jesus Christ. I want to give the honors and to elders and apostles of great millstone, and shalom to all the brothers and out there pushing this word in sincerity and truth. To all that believe in this gospel, shalom. This lesson, I'm exactly sure I'm going to tackle it, but it was somewhere along the line of, the unbelievers, them, this the terror of faith, So as the scripture said of look at second Ezra's, So the first precept I want to start off with is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 11. It says, Behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take that crown. And if you hold fast, you fight for this. And scripture said, fight the good fight. Fight hold on to a faith, because we're around a lot of unbelievers, and even brothers, even me around the feminine less faith, nature, female, like even when you pray, brother, let's get it, giving a good example of Job, because we're about to lose a lot, I don't think we want to lose, because we're about to experience a lot of lessons, On this side, basically it's a cash in, all in, right? Give up everything on this side so we can gain the kingdom. So a lot of privilege, so-called privilege, we have like 9 to 5, available funds, fiat currency in our pocket, so we can use, for whatever desire, for the most part, that's about to be removed as the final trial come on the scene, Revelation 13 and 16, MOTB, let's get that real quick, and a lot of people, come bug out, right, and lose faith, just as though when the Crown Royal thingy, the Crown Vicky, was on the scene, or is on the scene, and they were basically being pushed for it. Oh, if you don't take this, you won't be able to travel. If you don't take this, you won't be able to have a job, and blah blah black sheep. A lot of people just cave in and give in. And what we're coming down to the final way, the final test, the grand test, right? Where you may even depend on life, may depend on the line, and a lot of people won't say, is you really going to give up your life? If it's something you don't trust in, or would you think God didn't want you to lose your life just with this? Because I've heard there's stupid excuses, but it's just demon, for them people, and them lack faith, them lack belief, them don't see what we see, which is just a gift given unto us from Yahweh Shem Yoshai, and we have to hold on to that. This is Job's wife, after Job basically was smitten, if you will, by Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, the Most High gave appointment, give the power to move upon Job and touch him substance, and then touch him personally, but to spare his life. So when he was cast down, this is what the wife said. It says, Job chapter 2 verse 9, Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thy integrity? Curse God and die. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh? And shall we not receive evil? And all of this did not Job say with his lips. And if we keep that mind, pray for the strength there. For when we get moved up and we start losing certain calamities or trials we're facing, don't jail, bud. The apostles were cast in prison. Right, them born in our shy, them crucified. My scripture say the servant is not greater than his master. So we have to expect these things. You know, when they come, expect the family members, you know, we sell we out in those times because what them not faith. You know, a long time I tell them to stop it or something there and left the white man alone because it's a post-slavery you know, them going to cave in, you know, and going to sell us out, you know, and going to see a lot of people who know I take a chip, even men around among the ranks, you know, who going to basically give in those days, you know. But what was a prayer for the strength, you know, for as it's written. Let's get that real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna start out a bit more hope. God, that's what we're entering, the time we're entering right now. You know, last. Let me see. Alright, let's start at verse 16. So Matthew 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So we are sheep. Scripture referred to as worm. Jacob was vulnerable. We can't defend ourselves. And we basically do a commit right now. You know, we are you know, for example, in Jamaica, Jake Bonot in farmer, and you know, maybe universal, I'm not sure. But in Jamaica, I can tell you Jake Bonot in farmer and Jake fear to even speak up. Why? Because them know say the bad man or the man where them speak against, you know, will come up against them and hurt them and them family. You know, the system corrupt as well. But right now we speak against the devil himself. You know, people fear. You know, say Esau come up against them, them going to lose privilege, lose them visa. Like just like a quick example. In Jamaica, you have artists who speak against homosexuality. You know, them lose them visa and privilege should basically do on tour, so that affect them financially. You know, very soon will be affected on all fronts. You know, by coming up against wickedness, right? But I'm scripture says, who shall stand up for me against the workers of iniquity, you know? And God's willing will be those. But more than the will basically be witness. You know, so we don't want a vulnerable situation, but guess what? The most I have to put we under witness protection if we stay faithful unto death. And a good example as well, you know, maybe not the best, but what came to mind is the movie or series Game of Thrones. There was this character, Ned Stark, you know, you find out that the king would basically inherit or get the throne. Joffrey, if you're familiar with the names, wasn't really legitimate, and him basically come up against it, you know, and when him speak out, them lock him up, you know, and have him say, oh yeah, what, take back all the way, say how we might spear you, and him change him out, you know. We know the goddamn devil, you know, so Lord's willing, regardless, even if you, well, we don't plan for to change him out, you know, because we know, say, even if we change him out, instead of put to the death. And then if we change him out, we have to deal with that, yeah, and we don't want that, isn't it? So Lord's willing will be a witness, you know. As Scripture say, the devil shall cast him for you into prison, be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. You know, so let's see. So verse 17 says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues, and he shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. So going upon use, you know, look on Paul. You know, Paul was brought before, you know, governors, right? Rulers, see him Yahweh Shai, you know, will come or bring forth the same testimony. You know, so same thing, servant is not greater than his master. Verse 19 it says, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not he that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. Alright? On this point now, it says, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Why? Because them lack faith. You know? That's going to take place. Them lack faith, so they're going to sell you out. Because they're going to cave in to the pressure. Some of them genuinely have, emotions or feelings or them call love towards us. But when the system come against them, and everybody look upon them and say, oh, she or the mother of the little terrorist there, or she harbor him, and just like Peter. Peter was placed in a difficult situation, and he denied Yahushua. So if you look on, I'm not saying Peter never fit, but it does show you that get people are losing in time to come when hell come down upon we out. We just pray that he keep we. Because a lot of people gonna lose faith. Scripture says such as never was seen so as a nation. Right, was it Albert Pike? One of them devils. So them going the time when they want to bring the hell, when they want to bring upon the hurt. Gonna make Christians disbelieve that there's a God, and atheists are gonna believe that there's a God. So show the level of hell. So a lot of people are lose fear, even like modern day Christianity. The scripture said them fear towards being teach by the doctrine of men. These people don't know the truth of the scripture. So that the Most High kill, the Most High make alive, and the Most High bring a terrible day, famine, mass murder, pestilence. And Christianity really teach that. So when them people say them believe in Christianity, see these things happen on the face of the earth, and them call upon a sweet Jesus, which no matter name so, and no help now go on, and they see people out of the chip and they want to get little food or protection, then go and give in. And won't be clear speak against it now. I get demonized and I get persecuted. Everything go on. Then go lose faith. But see yourself falling not a multitude to do evil, right? So we have to keep that faith regardless. When everybody turn against the Most High, which that was prophesied. Wide is the gate that leadeth to destruction. Abroad is the gate that leadeth to destruction. Narrow is the gate that leadeth to life. So majority of people are along the road of destruction. Right? And we also have to pray for keep the faith that hey, it's a narrow passage, it's a lonely passage. You feel like you're gonna be alone, very few. Nevertheless, it's the righteous road. When majority of people disbelieve. Reading about verse 21, it said, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father, the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. And he shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that endureth to the end, same shall be saved. And how shall I tell us? What is it? John 16, these things them are doing to us because them don't know the Father. And when we know them, how shall I say, the Most High pull them, so that most never get revealed unto them. So them all do them think the way they get revealed unto them, they get deceived in Christianity. We speaking about certain customs and characteristics of the Most High. Them look upon it bizarre, hateful. Them are quick for slaughter. What's like how we hurt them feelings, right? But you say what? When we get hated, we have to be basically endure it. So when you say mother turn against you, wife turn against you, kids turn against you, family turn against you in general, we have to pray for the strength, of endurance to keep it, keep the faith. Like a lot of people gonna lose faith in the time that's coming. See them a cave in already. Just the crown Vicky showed us that. Right, but we'll pray for the strength to endure. Right, can't stop it there. Other precept on and echoes. 2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. So it's supposed to be teaching. The book of Ezekiel 2nd chapter tells us that teach the word and preach, prophesy unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. See what tells us them stubborn. And we actually have the understanding, knowing that the Most High brought them. Isaiah 6 verse 9, Scripture says the Most High sent them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. So when we see people disbelieve and shoot right in their face and they can't see it, we're not supposed to make that face us. Even though our duty is to give warning as written. We are the watchman, we have to give them warning from the Most High. Because if not, the blood out upon our head. Our hand, and we don't want that. So I give them warning. You don't know they never here? Wash, make we unclean. This is what it is. It says, but behold, speak down the ears of my people, the words of prophecy which are the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Hispanics, Latinos, which I will put in their mouth, say the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So we know the words of the Most High are true. We see them manifest, and we're given the faith to believe. See, per se, it was a gift. Was it manifest unto everybody? No. So it is what it is. It says verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that spake against thee. So those people so mad, those people so wicked, then call you Yahushua Beelzebub, you know, when you're supposed to make that trouble with. You know, your family look on your side with you and chat when you're there. You know, your woman take away your picnic them kind of fear in them, you know. Take away your kids and say she don't want that type of vibration there around her kids, and you've changed and you're crazy, you know. It is what it is. Don't make that faze us. You know, at times you're in a flesh, so you might feel away, you might not like the bitch. Now we have, we call it now, perfections. We're feeling through family as well. Well, I like them to get safe, but it's not over well, you know. And then go and chat shit about we. Then go and feel some type of way about we. So mad, and good son. Don't mad man. How we seeing life, you know. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that spake against thee. So them lack faith. That's what the word incredulity go back to. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their fearfulness. And that's just it. You know, if you have people that's faithful, you have to have people that's unfaithful. That's the balance. Good is set against evil, life against death. So it's the godly against the sinner. You know, if you have godly people, you have to have sinners. So the more, you know, if you have people believe, you have to have people disbelieve. That's how belief is manifested. By the contrary, you know. And we are blessed. We actually get to play the role of them who believe, if you will, you know. So when you woke up in those who don't believe, well, I suppose to even boost the faith even more. But it's coming down to the time, out to the wire, when we're going to meet a lot of unbelief. That are people that always go off the flock, turning away. You know, Paul tell you, say, him write letter. I don't remember exactly who. When he say have certain man with them, you know, him basically give report of them, you know, in grief. Right? Not in so many words, I thought precise words. Because they become enemy of the cross, you know, enemy of Yahushua. And it is what it is, they are lost faith, you know. Because as it's written, they weren't half us, weren't of the elect. Because all those of the elect will continue in the faith, will not draw back, you know. Will continue. But if you're not of the elect, then you will fall. This is what it is. And that's the point that we're in right now, you know. Of this last precept, I'm close with it. This is Matthew 24 verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. You know, so that Noah was out there building the ark for 120 years. You know, that's the report. And I think if they really believe say flood will come, then now be marrying and drinking and giving the marriage and mad this thing. No, they don't do that. No, I'll be like, you know, so clearly they didn't believe. Right? And it's the same thing that's coming right now. Say, oh, there's a nuclear destruction that's coming to America and other parts of the earth. America can't lose World War III, brother, I idiot. America have the best military. First thing first, that God now make that happen. Then, you know, famine are coming up. Brother, famine, look on Jamaica. Look how much fruitful trees there every time the famine are come, brother. You know? Alright then. You know, so them just not believe. Right, them tell the Most High, you know, the message, hey, I make rain come, rain Noah, rain, when him rain, yeah, idiot, I believe. But did that make Noah, refrain or stop or doubt the Most High and stop build the ark? No, he continued, and he was safe, with his 3 sons, for them wife, and his wife, and that's how we are here today. We believe the report, you know. It says, verse 39, I knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So the same thing will manifest here. Prophets, we has been given that lot, prophesying, telling them destruction, Yahushua is coming back. Repent, I ain't give a fuck. Because in a day, only elect, will actually take the message and believe. The rest will not. The boy scripture says what? What if some did not believe? Shall the faith of them, sorry, I'm not much of that now, so keep on going. Romans 3 verse 3, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief in the faith of God without effect? God forbid, yeah, let God be true, but every man a liar. It is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. So the word of the Most High will come to pass, regardless of what people believe or disbelieve. The Most High speak, and it will come to pass. We believe, let's hold on to those words, as it's written. Let's close with this. First, as I sanctify them through the word is true, right? What's that? St. John 17:17. So let's close with this one. This is Ecclesiasticus 4 and 28, and it says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee." Yeah, so for the soul fast, God, I saw see whole heap of people are giving. Don't doubt, hold the faith. I pray that the Most High not take Him spirit from us. Psalm 51. God, if you did that, we get fucked. But lastly, this is the fun and the walk and talk to the spirit and power for Yahweh Shem Shy. All praise is due to our power Yahweh Shem Shy, Yahweh Shem Kakadash. The wonders and to our elders and apostles of great milestone. Shalom to the full leg. Shalom.